they may have crippling strikes. Then it should have done more damage, not less damage in the second attack, because the first attack we didn't have any wounds. Oh, I mean, you're talking Executioner. I'm talking Executioner, excuse me. Seems so crazy. It's like that damage range is just nuts. Minus 8.2%. Well, we still gotta clear it out. The only downside of YOE and fixing our save file was that we are fixing the spawns to make sure that we actually had the famed items spawning, or not the famed items, the famed, not even famed, the legendary locations actually spawning. Is that we did suffer a little bit in terms of all the camps being revealed like that means that we can't complete this mission very easily. Okay. But clearing out this crap will help. 7 to 10 berserkers is a lot. Monster slayers. Yup. Okay. Any tips for big... Well, I'll give you a hint, Moby, if you look at the screen. Testing some strats for that today. I also released a video talking about it today on my YouTube. So both of those places would be good places to check. Killing a berserker with all of his chest armor up is kind of crazy. Don't see that happen very often. Take a look. Undead. Possibly another location. Yes. Okay. It's a pretty doable location. We can fight this at night if we want. Dusk is fine. So one of our megas took some damage, unfortunately. We've got Sully. Is on snow. Darple leveled. All right, how close on Chris? Chris is 7. Super Kamaguru is almost 11. I've got to check actual garrison first. It's a good idea. Actual garrison is as reported. I'm pretty sure the way the bug works with that Kex is if you scout it earlier, like we see it once and then we come back to it, the mobs will update and it won't show it updated until we go to that screen. So I think it won't matter for a new camp like that, I think. Okay. I want to kill off like half our frontliners today. I wonder if we could realistically do that. Keep the campaign moving at a decent pace. Early banner. He's managed to survive the day 200, not yet reach 11, having been struck down once on like day 2. Thomas's hat. Which one's Thomas? Where are you, Thomas? I want to see the hat now. How come I don't get in? Oh, yeah. The fucking chilling pillager gaze. It's a hat and a half. All right. So what are we bringing? Billy with an axe, sure, makes sense. In my good armor again. Less excited about that. Can we take that armor off? Okay. M-Dugs is 20. I mean, M-Dugs is max level. There's zero reason for him to be. We should assign him a weapon. He should be using a hammer, right? But I don't really need a third hammer, bro. But I'm very dubious about nimble hammer brothers. They've been okay. Doesn't have to be a hammer with the 100. It's just there's no plus accuracy. We have no sword spec right now. Maybe this is a good time to talk about spreadsheets. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, we don't have a two-handed sword still, for sure. It is a slight, annoying but minor problem. We already took gifted here, so we're not going to be building him as a duelist. So we're missing one of the duelist perks. So, is going to be a two-hander. So it's Mace's... I mean, we could wait on a famed item for him. This attack skill is very good. It would be nice if he hit things regularly. Just kind of sucks in the meantime. Just give him an axe for now is totally always fine. I don't know if he's high enough value to be giving him this armor. By the way, we should plate that armor up if we're going to do that. I've been trying to decide if I wanted to try the armor absorb, the damage absorb on the armor. It's annoying that it takes the same things my own holds are trying. But I suppose for now I could use it. I mean, we're accumulating bones at an insanely high rate, but we're just not accumulating any of the things I want right now. Alright, Kex as a tank, sure. Sully as a tank, sure. Looks good. It's always in 300 gear, good. Alright, Billy needs some clothing. 250. 253 and absorb, sure. It's Thomas, drunk. He's always drunk. It's Thomas. Okay. It's not even going to use my fancy armor for this fight. This is why you have fancy armor for fights like this. Could run Super Kamaguru as a frontliner in fancy armor. The 150 hat. Get a slightly better hat on that. 215, 250 hat here. He's got a lighter hat and has some stamina. 63, 58. Does Kex need the healing hat? The hat of health. 215 is a little bit low for armor. Oh, we got a 230. 64. It's okay. All right, give him an axe as well. Axes for days. Something like this. The banner's sad. Presumably sad he's so bad. Poor guy. We'll fix you, Shaw. By fix you, I mean kill you. Feed you to orcs and laugh about it. Have a grand old time talking about it in the future. Alright. Armor's getting fancier, which is one of the late game goals of any party. Billy would like to not be panicked every time someone looks at him, so we're gonna give him that. Chris, frontliner should have that first. So we're short a couple trinkets still. I think we might be over provisioning for this fight, but oh well. Okay. Oh my god, BG, that sounds amazing. We'll use the backup strat again. It's been pretty good to us so far. Ending turn, so I don't take miasma damage on this turn, except for these three who will take miasma damage. Two of them are nimble though, so it's not such a big deal. Means the only person who's getting penalized here is Billy. To be fair, we could just move him out. Okay. In you come, Skellies. Good boys. Good Skellies. I mean, Billy just shit himself. It's all over his armor now. It's awful. Making up for it slightly. Crush them so fucking hard. I could get used to that. That damage seemed acceptable. Does M-Dugs want to get hit? He hasn't been hit yet, right? So we can absorb the one hit on our armor. Okay. Use throwing axes on a hybrid that also uses a whip. I want to like you. They're on the whip hybrid, yep. The one on my build sheet, the one using both whips and throwing axes, whips and throwing axes. Yep. I guess the answer, what I'm trying to say, the answer to your question is no. Throwing weapons is a meme? I don't know, man. The damage on these new throwing weapons is pretty impressive, and there's some other things we can do with it. I'm really interested in the javelins. One of the strategies I want to try versus Chosen is cracking their armor before, or cracking the inside of their armor without having to crack their armor. So like killing them, like dropping I want to like pulp the insides. I don't know what that strategy is called yet, but we're working on a name for it. They're very high damage, right? Scrambled eggs, can opener. Yeah, neither of those are bad, but neither of them are phenomenal. So that was it, huh? That was all the furred unholds in the world. 4 of them, and they didn't have any fur. Slightly disappointing. No famed item, of course. Should just the famed item mod is actually it's the precursor to the integrity mod. It begins by telling you a number that is unrelated to anything. It's certainly not a number of times you will get a famed item out of that, out of 100. Can we go to that island? No? Maybe? Well, now. No? Ooh. Well, yes. Well, yes, we would. The Night Dweller's Temple. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, Cal McKieran. That, I think the Ravager axe, the new Chosen axe, which I've been discounting, is not that bad. When I actually look at the numbers, it makes me feel kind of bad because it's really bad. So, we'll see. We'll see. All right, what are we doing with this? So, this is Savants. We'll bring our thrower hybrid. I think this is the team we're bringing against Savants as well. Anything else we'd do differently? Couple positioning changes like that. Oh, but we're too wide. Like this then? We have the banner? We do. Okay. Can you have the horny hat back, Xanadu? Where are you? You have a hammer, but you're not nimble. So presumably that's you? Sure. All right. I think we want to bring, we could bring a net. So right now we have the two-handed grip bonus, right? If I put a net on, does it remove the two-handed grip bonus? It does. It's okay for this fight. Okay. On a scale of Connect 4 to Monopoly. Wait, Monopoly is your high end? Of ruining lives and friendships. Where do you put BattleBrothers on new friendliness? But you can't. Okay, I like the format of the question mostly, but there's some big problems with that question, right? You're asking me to rate it on 2 different domains that are not the same, right? And then comparing those on the same scale. So if you're like, Connect 4 doesn't ruin friendships, but Monopoly does, without ruining lives or friendships, sure. But then why is noob friendliness attached to the end of it? Noob friendliness is independent of life ruining. So I guess if I'll take that as a question of asking on each of those scales, and I'll take them as separate questions. On a scale of Connect 4 and Monopoly on friendship ruining, well, it's a single player game, so there's 0 risk of that. I guess I'd put it on the Connect 4 side of things. And on the, where did I put it on noob friendliness? Is Connect 4 more or less noob friendly than Monopoly? They're both noob games. I guess I would put this on a, it has depth. I don't think it's noob unfriendly. It does have depth though. Okay. Minimum HP necros are a lot of them, yeah. We want to rotate that guy in. We want to rotate here. And then we want to hit something. Sure. Okay. Well, that did hit something, technically. Solly doesn't have taunt is the only downside here. So positioning becomes really relevant. Still can't throw rotating there, unfortunately. We can't let him stand there, he's gonna get wrecked.
Quitters never win.
Canner, wait to see the new chosen strat in action.
Thanks. Excited about it too. Bit worried about what happens to our, I should have fucking adrenaline taunted. Bit worried about what happens here. Really? That didn't trigger your 9 lives? Truly? Okay. How do I feel about a mod? Oh, welcome back to Tonic. How would I feel about a mod that makes famed and crafted shields more usable? I don't know. I think famed shields are fine mostly. I think the preponderance of famed shields might be a little high. That may just be my personal moments with that. Oh, for famed, crafted shields are absolute fucking shit. So having them be made a little bit better might be a thing. All right. Hey, that's a famed three-headed flail. We wanted to try a three-headed flail build. Come on, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good. We wanted to try a dedicated three-headed flail. Okay, I'm excited about that. That could be amazingly cool. All right, let's look at the damage range. Maybe it'll just be super light. Maybe it'll be super light, and then we can just use it instead of shitty stuff on our tanks. Come on. Okay. Let's take a look. Is it any good? We have the comparison piece. I mean, look how red it is. It's very red. Has a red handle. Where's our other flail? 3117. No. Chance to hit head. No. Max fatigue. 21 to 6. So chance to hit head on flails is fucking useless. It's a stat that shouldn't even be included on them. Not on these. On the two-headed flails, it's fine, but on these, it's not. So it's 17% more effective versus armor. Let's put it in. We'll put it into this sheet, the new and updated sheet. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, who are mostly just passive viewers, sitting there wondering, how do I know what my weapons do? Well, Filthy Robot is here to help. With a handy spreadsheet. Looking at things like this. All right. Did we put in the three-headed flail? We didn't. Three-headed flail is not even added there. Why not, Filthy? Why not? All right. What is this stupid thing called? The well-balanced Ocean Herd? All right. Let's take a look. 21 to 66 for 87 average, or 87 over 2 average damage for 43.5 damage, I believe. Let's take a look at its armor piercing without duelist. It's 30. 1.17. Attacks twice. Damage mod is 1.5. All right. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like with duelist. I think it's going to be nearly entirely useless, which is pretty much how all late game flails are in general. But this is a free three-headed flail, which is kind of nice. So this is really the number you want to look at for flails. So I just updated this. So if you guys don't know, have 5 things to look at here basically now. This is just your damage if you're hitting something that has no armor, like a direwolf most of the time, a scrub, a unarmored unhold. This is the number that's going to be most interesting to you. So it's just basically its raw damage output. So you can see warbows wreck unarmored creatures. You can see that military cleavers or noble swords are pretty good too, etc. Right? Fighting axes are good versus pretty much everything. This is the combined damage if you're just like gonna swing against whatever. If you're like, fuck it, I don't want to think about it. This is an orc. I'm gonna swing against him. You want to do HP damage and body armor. This is the kind of category to look at. And if we're trying to do some of the strats we're looking at today, where we're gonna try to do something like killing them without killing their armor, then something like the ignoring armor relevant here. And then I did also an armor to HP ratio breakdown as well, so you can get a sense of what's happening here. Like the noble sword's doing 4 times as much damage to armor as it does to HP. So you're looking for something with a low ratio, like a 1. Like for example, no surprise, the heavy crossbow does equal damage to basically health points and armor. So you can look at that, and we're gonna try that with the famed javelin stuff and see if we can do that. Maybe find a use for crossbows, javelins. And if you look too, the other one that's kind of interesting that's a standout is the rusted axe. It's a little bit lower. Not amazing, I guess, but still. Oops, don't fuck with the formula. But for like raw damage here, damage ignoring armor, we're at 93 for a round on that, which is a lot of damage ignore armor, which is why it causes so many fucking wounds. Anyways, so looked at that. So what does this thing do? Well, the problem with flails is they're just not relevant later. Like, we don't care about this. We want to hit people in the head. Flail spec, Duelist doesn't actually help flails very much either, because Duelist is about armor ignore, and the whole point of flails is to hit them where they don't have any armor or have very, very light armor. So the effective against armor attribute is not actually a buff, and since it rolled base damage, it's pretty much not a buff as well. So this is, and it didn't have decreased stamina, and when you use a flail like this, you force it to hit head if you're trying to do that, so chance to hit head does nothing too. So literally these stats are totally irrelevant. This is just another tank weapon for holding people in place, which is fine, we did want one, but unfortunately not that exciting for us. So, alright. But we can throw it on for more tanking. Does look fancier with the red handle. Headhunter seems completely useless on flails. It is entirely useless on flails. One-handed flails. Two-handed flails is different. What do I think about famed daggers as a primary weapon? I don't think that's much anything. Minus 15 attack penalty with punctures, so big. Where's my other mega tank? We got one there. It's always using a sword because these sword specs. This would be for Kex, but Kex probably doesn't have the stamina to utilize it very well. We'll see. Okay. Well, it's very good for holding people in place. The nice thing about three-headed flails is they're better than any other weapon for, including spears, for just preventing people from losing your zone, leaving your zone of opportunity, or attack your zone of control. So it procs good attacks of opportunity. All right, fine. +1 range skill, sweet. I don't know why we're over here. Why are we over here again, chat? We're just busting camps to reset. This is a 10% chance. That's fine. All right, archers in this fight, as well as people we're leveling. Xanadu. Sure. Okay. Yes, there's a number of big ass famed orc camps around here, but I don't know if we're kind of there on gear. Maybe we could start maybe thinking about a couple of them. There's a lot of two-handed flail ones. Really? Double misses on 95s in a row? That's impressive. they each 2 tiles? That guy's not 2 tiles out. Oh, we had AP left. You fuck. Alright, I'll get the stagger debuff though. Looks good. Inventory space. Okay. Where are my low value inventory? That one looks pretty low value. That looks really low value. Boo.